You know, a major advantage of building information modeling is that you can quickly create lots of different views of your design and show your design in many different ways. Revit allows you a lot of flexibility when customizing views. Let's look at some of the basics. I'll begin by duplicating the views before I start making any changes. I'll right-click on the first floor plan view and select Duplicate View, Duplicate. I'll also duplicate the foundation plan and the second floor plan. Now I can rename the views. I'll right-click the view and select Rename. And I'll rename them First Floor Schematic Plan, Foundation Schematic Plan, and Second Floor Schematic Plan. Now let's start making some edits. Okay, I'm going to activate the first floor schematic plan. Notice in the properties there's an option called Visibility and Graphics Overrides. I'll click the Edit button next to it. Now this window lets me customize what's shown and hidden in the view. Now there are a lot of options here, but the main one you want to know when you're starting out is that you can use the checkboxes to determine what's shown or not. You can see all the different categories. Checked means all items of this category will be shown, and unchecked means the category will be hidden in the view. For the schematic plan, I want to get rid of a few annotation categories. I'll click on the Annotation Categories tab, and I'll uncheck the boxes for grids, reference geometry, and sections. And I'll click OK. Alright, now that cleaned up the view pretty nicely. You can adjust the view scale by using this menu here. I'm going to choose the 1/4 inch equals 1 foot scale. Notice the furniture is still showing in the schematic plan like I want. If I had added more components, they'd be visible still as well. So another important option is that you can crop the view. To do this, click the Show Crop Region button, and this brings up a bounding box for the view. So I can click the box to select it and use the arrows to crop the view to whatever size I'd like. Once the region looks the way you want, just click outside it, and the view is cropped. You can adjust the view range like we saw earlier in the course, but it looks pretty good to me, so I'm going to leave it alone, all right? Oh, let me show you a trick that will really save you a lot of time if you're going to make the same changes to multiple views. I'm going to right-click on the first floor schematic plan we just customized and select Create View Template from View. I'm going to name this template Schematic Plan Template and click OK. When I do, Revit opens the View Templates window. I can continue to adjust the properties here for the template if I want to, and when I'm done, I'll click OK. Now all I have to do to make those same changes to another view is right-click the view, in this case Foundation Schematic Plan, and click Apply View Template. I'll choose the schematic plan template we just created and click OK. And immediately you can see the view updates to reflect the changes we made. I'll repeat the process for the second floor schematic plan. Now there are a few more things I'd like to show you, okay? Let me switch to the first floor plan really quickly. And I'll again go to Visibility and Graphics Overrides. And I'll turn off the grids, reference planes, and sections. and I'll click OK. There, that looks better. Since this is the plan view, I'll also turn off the furniture, plumbing fixtures, and planting, and I'll make sure the topography is turned off as well. Okay, so I can adjust the view scale. There's one important option that I haven't mentioned when adjusting views yet, the details level. Okay, if I switch the detail level of the view from coarse to medium, you can see the view updates. And if I zoom in, you can see the different layers of the walls we created. Pretty cool, huh? Before wrapping up, let's take a look at the section views, all right? I'll quickly adjust the scale and turn the detail level up to medium. And when I zoom into the walls, you can once again see the different layers we created. The other nice thing about section views is that you can see your walls and floors joined together. Notice how the second floors cut into the core layer of the wall, like we specified earlier when creating them. I'll switch to the other section view and turn the detail level up again. And again, you can see the wall layers and floor joins and really get a good picture of how the structure comes together. Finally, you can change the display style of any of your views using this menu here. I'll switch it from hidden line to shaded with edges, and you can see the view updates. If I switch it to realistic, Revit will create a rough rendering using your materials render appearance settings. Before I finish up, I'll switch it back to hidden line. Now there are a lot more things you can do with customizing views, but using the options and tools we went over pretty much covers a lot of the basics. But don't be afraid to try out other customization options on your own, because there's always that fancy undo button if you make a mistake.